Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike coming at you with the Storm Arena Sagat for Street Fighter 03. And I've got to say that this video is going to be a lot of firsts for me. This is my first Storm Arena figure to review. This is my first actual Storm versus Storm Arena versus Jada, comparing very similar price points, because before it was just a Storm collectibles for $109 versus a $30-something Jada isn't fair. I feel like this comparison is way more fair, but I did get this at Gundam.com. I'll have a link down below where you can get yours. Remember, TH, support the reviewer, help the channel out, and all that good stuff. But let's take a look at Sagat, and I'll let you know straight up which one I like more. Coming up. Alright, so here it is in the package, and they've got some plastic wrap over it on the inside there, so you can't truly see the figure that well. But it's got some art. It's not set up anything like what Jada does. And it shows some different poses that you can do with them, of course, which is not bad. And just real quick, since I just recently did a Jada one. Jada's packaging looks more like an arcade machine. And this is for Street Fighter 03. Right, so here he is out of the box and out of the package. I think it's worth noting that we do get this background in the box, which is hard to see in the box, but we can pull it out. It's actually a pretty nice background for fight. And so that's actually really nice. And just some toss in there, so maybe you don't want to throw the box away, or if you do throw the box away, maybe you want to keep the background. And with this, obviously you're going to be displaying more than one figure in there, but it'd be interesting to keep all the background so you can swap them out, keep it fresh, keep your display fresh. But anyhow, all right, so here he is out of the box. I'm going to just jump right into articulation, then we'll do the accessories. But he's got a really nice head sculpt, so I do like that. So he's got the double neck, kind of double dog bone neck kind of thing there for his neck articulation, so his head can go up quite a bit and down quite a bit, which this guy should probably look down a lot. Way past, a little bit past the 90 there. You do have butterfly, and one of the differences that we notice that's between this one, we'll see it with the Jada, is that this has that rubbery overcoat, which I wasn't really sure if they were going to do that with this line, but yeah, this is just like the $100 collectibles one. They have this, and we got it again on just the standard one. So really kind of curious what would be the difference between this and their $100 collectibles one. Anyway, so we get quite a bit of range in here with this too, so that works. Bicep swivel, double jointed on, even though it's double jointed, it doesn't get you a whole lot of extra range there with that elbow. And then the hands turn, and I think you could get some in and out, yeah, in and out and up and down and all that kind of stuff with the hands, and they are swappable. All right, you got torso movement on the ball joint 360, and then waist movement 360 right there. We can do very smooth. I want to say that's one thing, is it's very smooth joint, so I don't really know how you make it so smooth. And it does drop down, so you have a drop down hip, so you can get as far as you want with it, which is nice. Thigh swivel cut right here at the shorts. Double jointed knee, which does give you pretty much the full range. And then down here we have some feet on double rockers, both directions, front and back. You do have a really nice toe tilt, but I haven't given it enough pressure or messed with it enough. I knocked that over, but this one is tight. I haven't gotten this toe tilt to tilt. I don't really care so much, but it's just something to note. For accessories, you do get like extra hands, sort of like a kind of like a clawing hand. So I think I'm going to do a hand swap, that was way smoother than I thought it would be. That is very smooth. And then a head swap to put one on this other head here. So that was pretty smooth too. Kind of like that. Kind of like that look on that head. And so we'll leave a fist. We'll have one kind of open hand on one side and a fist on the other. So we've got that stuff set aside. Now this is something weird where we've got kind of a flame effect for a kick. And so we're going to put it in here and just kind of form the leg, the foot to match up to that. And then we'll fold this and put this over. It's almost like he's got a cast on. And then get out of the way. Get him balanced. So you can balance him doing this flame kick. Which I actually don't remember. I don't remember it so much. The flame kick. It's been a long time since I played this guy. I don't even have any footage of him, so. Anyway, there he is. He looks good. I wouldn't display him like that, though. I mean, could you display him like this, just walking around on his flame leg? I got my flame leg. You could do it. There's nothing stopping you, but I don't know if that's something people would want to do. So now let's get into kind of which one is better of a figure between these two. I think it's just really going to come down to your own personal preference in regards to the aesthetic of these. So whichever one you think looks better is probably the one you would want to pick the most. And with that, I think they both look great. I'm leaning towards the Storm. It's not collectible, it's the Storm Arena version. And there's just a couple reasons. I kind of like the look of it overall a little bit better. And it does feel pretty good. But I don't know why I like these bright blue shorts. I don't know. That's just a personal preference thing. Now, I do notice that we have, the butterflies here. And we can get kind of that much on the butterfly. And then this one has a butterfly. And I don't feel like you get quite as much butterfly range, which to me is not a deal breaker, by the way. That's just something I'm noticing. Some people it might be a deal breaker, some people it might not. The kind of chest overlay is hard over here, and the waist is hard over on this side. This chest is kind of rubbery, and the waist is rubbery. Now that might actually be a turnoff to some people too, but for others that might be. They might like that more because it can give you more natural look and effect with kind of that rubbery. So this is rubbery, this is hard, this is rubbery, this is hard, and so with that it looks I think it does look a little bit better. Now the knees are a little unsightly from the back on the Storm version, a lot cleaner on the Jada version. So there's pluses and minuses to each figure, give and a take. I'm kind of leaning in the Storm Arena a little bit with this, but then again, I've already kind of given a win to Storm with the Storm collectibles. But you would assume a $100 figure, like you'd assume that definitely the $100 figure should beat a $30 figure all day long. And I kind of feel like they're giving us a $100 figure for $30. I really don't feel like, maybe more paint apps or something if they would make this in the collectibles realm. I just don't know what they're doing any different. What are they cheaping out on? I don't know. All right, so some more comparisons. Here's next to Jada and NECA. So if you want to get the size comparisons and how they look, aesthetic and all that kind of stuff, looking pretty good overall. And here he is next to, of course, the Storm Collectibles version of Blanca. And then we've got Balrog over here. I just reviewed Balrog, and that is Jada's Balrog, which I like it. It's nice. It's fine. In all reality, like, it was Jada that really brought back the Street Fighter genre as big as they did, because they did such a good job with those first, 6 figures or so. And just might as well throw these guys in side by side again. Get them a little background there. They can, you can almost call it player 1 and 2 because their shorts are different enough. I guess that works. Next is this stand they included. I don't even know if I'm doing it right. I'm going to ask my wife, am I doing it right here? And that's insane. So I take it you want to like put it over his waist and then slide it in here. There's probably some instructions somewhere how to use it, but I'm just, you know, doing whatever. Probably to assist with this kick. You know, that kind of stuff there. Probably. So I don't know how useful this would be. If you want it. I was able to get it to stand on its own, but I don't know. I don't know about this stand. But let's maybe plug it in to one of the back slots there and see if that gives them a little bit more stability. And then raise this up a bit. So I don't know. I might be doing something wrong. It doesn't seem to be doing me any real good here. But he comes with the stand. All right, so I was able to achieve this feat with the stand. I don't know if that's exactly how you're supposed to use it or not, but it worked. That was pretty much the best I could think of using the stand. So if that's a thing that you want to do, you can do it. I just probably won't be using this effect or this stand, but it's nice that they throw it in and keep this. What I think it's like a $45 price point. All right, so this is my look at the Storm Arena Sagat, and what do I think about this guy? I think that I think they give you a Storm Collectibles $100 plus figure for the like $40-something price point, and I think that we are winning. I don't think they'd have been putting figures like this out if Jada wasn't putting out great figures. But what do I think is the better one? I think this is better than Jada. But if you have Jada and you're happy with it, I really don't see the reason to upgrade to this guy. Just it feels more premium. And I wasn't a huge fan of that rubbery overlay stuff, but the more figures I get with that, the more I kind of like it. I kind of feel like it does add a premium feel, look, aesthetic to it. But I did get this at Gundam It. I will have a link down below where you can get yours and other Street Fighter figures that they're coming out with. And generally, sometimes they arrive before other, and sometimes they're a little later than others. So I'm not sure about that, but I'm happy to get this guy. I really am. And I haven't actually seen him anywhere at retail in the US. So happy I get him before I could have got him from the US retailers. But let me know what you guys think about this. Are you interested in this, in on this? Like and subscribe, and Ted Deerhanger out.
Take off.